What if Slaking didn't have a bad ability? Today we begin Theorymon Thursday, where we talk about competitive Pokemon ideas that can change the metagame. If you want to participate, make sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the weekly community post where I ask for ideas. Today we're going to talk about how we can improve the bug typing by giving it a new move, and then we're going to talk about how good non-bad ability Pokemon like Slaking, Regigias, and Archeops would be if they didn't have their bad abilities. And as always, make sure to like and subscribe, it really helps out the channel. So the question was about what moves we can add to bug types, and honestly, bug types already have a lot of good moves, yet they're still bad. They have moves like U-Turn, which is one of the best moves in the game. They have Mega Horn, which is really strong. They have Sticky Web, which is one of the best support moves in the game. So bug types have a lot of good moves already. They have Leech Life too, which is a really good draining move. They have a lot of good bug type moves. The issue is the distribution. Buzzwole doesn't get U-Turn. Scizor doesn't get Mega Horn. Durant doesn't get U-Turn. Scolipede doesn't get U-Turn. U-Turn is a great move, but most bug types don't even get it. Imagine Heracross with U-Turn or Escavalier with U-Turn. It's not like they don't have good moves. They have the good moves, it's just that the distribution is really low. Imagine if all these bug Pokemon had U-Turn or Sticky Web or even Mega Horn. A lot of these Pokemon don't have Mega Horn. You look at Pinsir, it doesn't get U-Turn, it doesn't even get Mega Horn despite having horns. It only gets X-Scissor, which is really trash. So the main issue for bug types is not that they don't have good moves as a type, it's that the distribution is so low. So if I wanted to fix the bug type, I would definitely improve the distribution of U-Turn. So for example, I would give Buzzwole U-Turn, Durant, Scolipede, Golisopod, Heracross. I think they all thematically can learn U-Turn, like they should be able to learn U-Turn, like Escavalier should learn U-Turn. And one of the things about these Theorymon videos, it's very easy to say, oh, create an overpowered 300 base power move. But I want to create something that's both not overpowered and also makes sense thematically. But the question itself was asking about what new moves we can add. So if I can't change the distribution of already existing moves, what moves can I add? One of the other problems of the bug typing is how many Pokemon can resist bug. Fairy, Flying, Fire, Steel, there's so many types that resist bug. So I would want a bug type equivalent of Freeze Dry. So maybe a bug type move that could hit Flying types, for example, or a bug type move that could hit Fairy types. If you have any good ideas for a bug type Freeze Dry and like the name and the theme of it, post it in the comments below, I would love to read it. But basically a bug type Freeze Dry is something I think could really help the bug typing out. And then another approach to it is basically to say, even if we create a bug type Freeze Dry, we don't fix the fact that bug is still resisted by so many typings. Instead, we can use bug as a support typing instead. So bug already gets Sticky Web. What if we could add a move like a bug type Spore? And again, you guys are going to have to help me out on the name, but imagine a bug type Spore. A good support move along with Sticky Web could go a long way. Imagine if Volcarona had a bug type Spore, or Buzzwole, or even Durant, or even Golisopod. These are more offensive ones, but imagine even something like Galvantula with a bug type Spore, or Ribombee with a bug type Spore, even Accelagor or Butterfree. If these guys had a bug type Spore, they would definitely be really, really good. And I think that might be the approach, because you're never really going to fix the bug type's attacking problems, but you can fix its support issues, so you can make bug a good support typing with a move like a bug type Spore. So that's going to be my two answers. We would have to create either a bug type Freeze Dry, or we would have to create a good bug type support move like Spore, or some sort of equivalent. And again, let me know down in the comments below. A big part of Theorymon Thursday is hearing all the different ideas to make things better. So I would love to hear what you have to think, but I'm going to lock my answer into a bug type Freeze Dry or a bug type Spore. But now let's move on to Pokemon that have bad abilities but are good otherwise. So we look at Slaking. And Slaking is a monster. You look at Slaking, 160 attack, that is better than most things in OU. Like, it's already one of the best Pokemon in OU with that 160 attack. But you look at everything else, it has a HP of 150, which is huge. Then you have a speed, which is 100, which is good. 100 is basically where you start saying something has a good speed. After 100, it's a good speed. So Slaking has good bulk, good attack, good speed. And you have to remember, Slaking is just as strong as Kyogre or Groudon. They have literally the same base stat total, which is 670. So Slaking is similar to Kyogre and Groudon in terms of power level. It's definitely OU at least. The question is whether Slaking would get banned from the OU tier. Would it go to the Uber's tier? And you look at Slaking, I think it would definitely get banned. You look at the move pool it has. It has Double Edge, it has Earthquake, it has Sucker Punch, it has Fire Punch. And the reason you would need Fire Punch is if you look at the OU tier, you would need a way to hit Corviknight and Ferrothorn. So you definitely need Fire Punch for Corviknight and Ferrothorn, and Sucker Punch can hit ghost types like Dragapult. You look at all the ghost types that are in OU, there aren't that many. Earthquake, in fact, hits Blacephalon and Gengar and Aegislash, Chandelure, Marowak. So Earthquake does a good job, but Sucker Punch is just really good priority. So I think the choice band set would be impossible to switch into. base 160 double edge with Fire Punch, very difficult to deal with. And you don't even need Choice Band. You can run Leftovers, you can run Substitute, you can run Bulk Up, and imagine trying to break a Slaking Substitute. It would be almost impossible. Bulk Up, Body Slam. I wouldn't run Double Edge with Substitute, you would lose too much HP. But you can run Body Slam, Fire Punch, Substitute, Bulk Up, and imagine trying to break this Slaking. You cannot do it. So I think Slaking would definitely get banned from the OU tier. It's just way too strong. This is Kyogre tier level of strong. So Slaking would get banned. And we look at Regigigas, and Regigigas is similar to Slaking. It has the same attack stat. The bulk is more distributed. HP is 110, but the special defense is also 110. Good speed, good attack. It doesn't get double edge though. That is one of the main problems, so it can't use a choice banded set. But I think it would still be good with Substitute. It doesn't get bulk up, which is important, so you'd have to use maybe Power Up Punch, which is not as good. Then you have Knockoff, you have Body Slam, and if you want to hit Corviknight and Ferrothorn, you can use, for example, Fire Punch. So Regigigas is similar to Slaking. Slaking is better than Regigigas, but I still think Regigigas would have enough to get banned, because even Leftover Substitute, how are you breaking through these stats? They're so good. Like, it's just a power issue. These are both Kyogre, Groudon level Pokemon, and they're just way too strong for OU. I think they would both get banned if they didn't have their bad abilities. And it's kind of funny, both of these Pokemon are not even good in PU, but if you remove their abilities, these Pokemon would get banned from the OU tier. A far more interesting Pokemon, in my opinion, is Archeops. If you look at Archeops, it's actually not amazing. It's 567 total, it has an amazing attack stat, good speed stat. Special attack is really good, but unfortunately, if you're going to be a physical attacker, you probably aren't going to use it. So you can run like a mix set with Heat Wave, for example, but other than that, the special attack is going to be wasted, unfortunately. And I think the best way to look at Archeops is to look at its competitor, Aerodactyl. So you look at Aerodactyl, which is base 515, it's faster than Archeops, but it has less attack. So I think Archeops' attack would be valuable. 140 is no joke, 140 is really quite good. You look at all the rock types ever. So 140 is stronger than Tyranitar, stronger than Terrakion. It's tied with Rhyperior for being strongest rock type. So Archeops' 140 is great. So I'm thinking Archeops would never be PU, it'll definitely move up. Would it move up to the N? So it'll move up to the NU tier at least. Would it move up to the RU tier? And I think that is a very important question. Would Archeops be good in the RU tier? And you look at the RU tier, Archeops would definitely be good. It gets walled by Bronzong, but imagine the power of dual Wing Beat versus Celebi, and then Earthquake versus Chandelure, Stone Edge versus Cloyster, Earthquake versus Cobalion. You look at you go down the list, and Archeops' power is really good. Except for maybe bulky Flygon, Archeops' power can break through a lot. But when you look through the list, you can see that Archeops does really well. Archeops probably doesn't break Seismitoad, but Archeops is a really strong breaker, and that base 140 attack would be really good. You can run Choice Band, you can run Heavy Duty Boots, which is probably more popular, No Defeatist, Stone Edge, Earthquake, Dual Wing Beat, even U-Turn if you want, U-Turn or Roost. A really good Pokemon, fast, strong. I think Archeops would definitely be RU. I think it's better than Aerodactyl because that power is so much more valuable than the speed. And that's where I would put them. I would put Slaking in Ubers, Regigigas in Ubers, and Archeops in RU. Let me know what you think about my Theorymon opinions. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Did I miss out on anything? And do you like the Theorymon Thursday concept as a whole? Let me know down in the comments below, and thank you for watching.